Okay, so I really think that at the end of the movie, the fact that the sled is what he most remembers about his childhood is what's most important.
Welcome to
I
Yang Talk.
could riff off of that, but I don't actually know what movie we're talking
Citizen
about.
Kane?
Yeah, sorry, I haven't
Couldn't get
watched
there
it.
off of that? Come on, moron.
God.
Oh man, I'm an idiot. Hi, welcome to Yang Talk.
Well, we just learned
Welcome
something
to
about
Yang
Brennan.
Talk.
He has no culture.
Yeah, I don't know Citizen Kane. I was too
I
busy
think
watching
Jack Black was in that movie.
a hit movie this week.
And Thomas fired.
No, I think he actually didn't Jack Black do the
Take your gator and get out of here.
That is my Skelenana. How dare you?
At least take it off this table and get out of here.
Wow.
My name is Bren,
I'm Brian.
And I'm Tom.
and we did this once already, so we're
And I wasn't
feeling
John
it now,
Malkovich.
Mr. Krabs. But yes, welcome
All I
to
hear is judgment.
Yang Talk
We're here to speak yang and yang.
and talk.
And now you might be able to hear us.
Yes,
Kreutzmann.
which might make it more or less palatable depending on what we talk about.
I don't know if you want to leave your headphones there just in case your microphone decides to pick up.
Yeah, because what if
your
we talk
outputs.
about something loud and then your headphones are
I don't
like-
want to find out an hour into this when we're done that there's been double.
We're
I
producing
just need everybody to know
in
that
real
they're
time.
picking on me today.
and
Oh,
we're
I didn't say
editing
anything.
on
That's
real
nothing
time.
new.
All right, so what are we talking about? I guess life updates? Do we want to talk about our fancy new equipment?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big update.
So you guys can hear us now. I promise.
And there's
Hello.
no
Thanks,
hissing.
Brian.
Yes,
And,
thank you to Brian for fancy equipment.
Thank you.
Everybody's got colors on their
Well, we
things,
had
too.
colors before.
We're color
Yeah, come
coordinated
on.
now.
Wow. Judgment. That's it?
It would- yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of a boring week for me. When was the last time we talked? Like a week ago?
Literally.
Yeah. I played Fortnite.
That's what
Like,
you wanted to lead
first
with?
time ever?
No, like my D&D group has been playing, and they're like, man, it'd be cool if you played too. It's like, okay. And now I'm playing Fortnite.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. And then that's how you get got. Because every day they're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you were John Wick? Or like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if you were Magneto? And I'm like, of course it would be cool. And then you
Hang
spend
a
money.
minute, though.
How is Magneto 0 and 13 KD?
Well, there's only one skin that matters, and that's Goku.
Goku is in the game.
Yeah, I know.
Can you be the Cybertruck?
You can drive the Cybertruck. I usually just
Can you beat
go
Elon
after the
Musk?
people who
That'd
drive
be
it 'cause they're,
hilarious.
it's as buggy in the game as it is in real life,
Nice.
which is delightful. So that's been my week. What about you guys?
I started watching The Umbrella Academy.
Ooh.
I'm about 7 episodes in. It's interesting. I'm waiting to see where it goes. Some of what I don't like about it is that they explain things to you after they show it to you. It's like, just in case you missed that clue that we
Yeah.
obviously just showed you, we're going to talk about it too. Like, I'm not that dumb. I don't know what the audience is supposed to be, but it feels tough. If you didn't watch it, you didn't watch it. You should have caught it. Go hit rewind and catch up.
Yeah, they're like, because they're throwing a lot of different things at you. They definitely are like, we need to make sure that you understand what's happening before we move on to the next thing. And that's definitely something that happens for the majority of season 1 is like, hey, this is a weird TV show. We need you to understand what's happening before we move on to the next weird part of this weird TV show.
Cool. My AC unit broke at my house.
Boo.
I just got a quote for it. It is insanely expensive.
Oh, no.
But it's cool outside now, so I can sleep with the windows open, and it's pretty nice.
Talk to me later. I might have something for that.
Tom got a
word.
hookup.
That's all.
I do have a hookup in that particular industry.
Well, I already got an estimate and accepted it, so
Okay, well, never mind then.
yeah. Maybe I can cancel it. We'll see.
I'll give you the piece of information I got, and you can do with it what you will after the show.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Other than that, I watched a movie this week.
Oh man, I
It
did
was
too.
pretty good.
I'm excited to talk about said movie.
I'm excited for it.
We also have a game. I don't know if now that people can hear us, I guess we should explain what we do on this show.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we'll get
To
to
not
Yeah, if you haven't
Kreutzmann.
watched
I
Yang
guess-
Talk in the last 800 years.
Tom, do you have a life update before we get to?
Yeah, I did. I watched a movie that wasn't the movie for tonight's episode. I watched a movie that Brian told me to watch a long time ago that I finally got around to watching, which was Killers of the Flower Moon.
I'll say word, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Which is why we were talking about it earlier.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I would watch it at least once.
It's
It's
good.
got my boyfriend in it, so I'll get around to it eventually.
I didn't know he was an actor.
I didn't know he was Osage.
I do.
I don't know who.
He's neither of that. Well, I love Leo. What can I
Oh.
Leonardo DiCaprio or Leonardo da Vinci?
That dum dum.
Or the turtle.
or Leonardo the Turtle.
You guys
The
are terrible.
Turtle? Is that what they call him in the Italian dub? Leonardo the Turtle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
It's good, actually.
I liked Prey better.
Oh,
far as,
the Predator one?
Like the
Yeah, that was excellent. The prequel?
I can't remember what year it was, but it's like
The remake of
17
the
no,
OG,
16
essentially.
something.
But with
essentially,
Native
and it's all
American,
in the
That was a great
native
movie.
language.
I did appreciate the sweet scene where they had the two people doing the high five and the arm flex.
They remade it almost. All the iconic moments are in there
Yep. And also some references to Predator 2.
Oh yeah,
as
gun.
well.
No, and the sequel as well.
And Danny Glover was in it.
Danny
Predator
Glover.
as well.
And somebody else famous is in it too. Gary Busey or something?
In Prey?
No, Predator 2.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure Busey's in
Was
that.
Busey the Predator?
I mean, yes, but not. That was
Busey
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Busey just not in costume.
Hey, guys. Just
Yeah.
spooning in the background.
He'd be an excellent Predator. I don't know if everybody knows this, but Tom's got a thing for Gary Busey,
I do have a thing for Gary Busey.
I don't.
and we talked
Wanna
about
know
his
what that
son
means.
recently. He likes to talk about him, and he
Yeah, we did
knows
talk a lot about Jake
him.
Busey
I
recently.
don't know who that is.
That's
You do.
Gary
You've
Busey's
seen
son.
Jake Busey's best film.
Oh no.
His
Is
only
it?
real film.
Is it the one we just?
He was in
watched?
2.
No,
Okay.
Starship Troopers, which is
Oh.
another.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
the blonde
It's
guy with
the
the
part
violin.
with
That's
Gods
Jake
of Egypt.
Busey.
Yeah, with the space violin.
Yeah.
Sweet space
okay.
violin.
Starship Troopers is such a good movie.
That's
I
one of
love
those
that
like
movie.
I,
And we
I
did
always.
not watch that this week for
We
this
did not.
episode.
we could
unfortunately.
hard switch to talking about Starship Troopers.
I mean, I can talk
We've
about.
been trying to find
It's a
way
bug
to get
planet,
to
an
Jake
ugly
Busey.
planet.
we need, was it Casper Van Dien is who we need to
Yeah.
Yeah.
work our
Neil
way
Patrick
around to?
Harris?
Or,
Or
Neil
Neil Patrick
Patrick
Harris,
Harris,
or
isn't it?
Busey's.
I already said Jake.
oh, what's
Busey.
her face? The pilot.
Oh yeah, Denise Richards.
Mila-
Yeah.
No, that's
Denise
right.
Richard.
Denise Richards. Mila
Yeah,
Vava.
I just remember her
Think
from
about Fifth
the
Element?
30
They're
Rock
the
episode with
same
her,
person.
where she's the representative for the idiots or whatever.
In which one?
30 Rock.
Oh, yeah.
Got to make that 30 Rock reference.
Sarah, what was your life update for this week?
Um,
Other than
How's
new
the car?
equipment?
the Jeep is fine. We've got it fixed, and the
The
lines.
Jeepus.
The cheapest peepus.
The Jeepus is emotionally okay.
It is both emotionally and physically okay. I don't have it today though. It's
Huh.
at the other job.
Convenient story.
It's not technically my Jeep, as I keep pointing out to all of you. No, it's fine. It runs. It's still a little grumpy, but it's almost there.
Yeah, I like how you looked at your phone like to see if Jake was about to call you.
Yeah. Let me check and
You're
see.
like, don't tempt it.
Are you talking about the Jeep? Stop.
Hey, the Jeep just died.
Develops a sudden
Jinxing it.
shudder on the highway.
Yeah.
If you say Jeep 3 times fast, the wheels fall
Okay.
off.
Jeepus, Jeepus, Jeepus.
Oh no!
Jeepus creepers.
Trying to jinx it.
Speaking of Beetlejuice is coming out soon, right? That's October.
Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, the new
Yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, with the lady and all the other people from the other movie.
People are in it. It looks good.
Yes, the lady
It's
from
Tim Burton, silly stuff.
the new Adams Family show that everybody liked.
Jenna
Jen-
Ortega
Yes, her. She's in it,
from
right?
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she takes the lead from
Winona Ryder.
that person.
She's still doing time for all that theft.
What are you talking about?
So anyway,
Right. Got
I'm just gonna
That was a
keep.
very long time ago.
yes, it was.
Moving on.
We started a new game last week that some of you were
Wait,
able
we
to
haven't
hear.
done shop updates.
Oh, I see.
So-
There's a
Very
schedule
excited for
Because
we
now that you
follow.
guys can hear us, we all work at a game store.
Oh my gosh.
what would the website to that game store be?
I'm not sure. Tom, what is the website?
Right. And we got a website front coming in right here, and it's going to bring us down to the low 40s.
Yes. The ingames.co, because we're too cool for the M. I don't actually know if the tagline is there.
It is, except for the M part is directly behind.
We're too cool.
Ed. There we go.
Because we're too cool for the M.
Too cool and too poor to afford.com.
Yeah.
Wow.
That extra
We didn't
letter
get
is just like
.gov.
so. It's interesting that like typing more costs more.
The guy who owns the endgames.com wanted 30 grand like 12, 13 years ago when I tried to buy it.
Oh,
and then I
wow.
tried to come back at him again. Still wants an exorbitant, it's like a paper towel.
Yeah, he's got a big spill.
My money, no.
He needs a lot of ones to clean it
An
up.
absorbent bounty of paper towels.
.co is working just fine.
Yeah.
If you guys
Join
know
us.
who does own the ingames.com, go harass him until he gives
No
in.
harassments. That we can't ask people to harass people.
Yeah, don't do
said-
that.
That's
All I said was
cyberbullying.
harassment.
But yeah, on the website we've got like our calendar. We've got stuff that's coming out soon. We
Hey,
have stuff that's
what events
already
do we have
been
coming
out.
up?
That's weird that you would ask. If you go to the endgames.co,
Oh my
you can
God, I
look at our
thought you wanted
calendar.
to talk about these.
I was trying to tee you up, son.
We are in week 2 of the Dual Commander League, and that website is not going to queue behind
Hey,
me.
what's your record, real quick?
I am the furthest along. I'm technically
2-0?
2-0, but I'm in round 4 because of the way the bracket ended up.
Are you playing Sadia?
Yep. But if you want to check out the Dual Commander League bracket, that's actually a public website. It's challenge.com/tegbloom because it's kind of our Bloomborough tie-in league. So you
I'll
can like
put
follow
it
along
in
with the bracket.
descriptor because
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to write that.
Yeah, and then
whatever
like
you
we've got
said.
a bunch of matches happening this weekend, so the bracket will update in real time. And I know there's some people at home that are like, this is their March Madness is watching our Dual Commander
Yeah, Brian
League
and I have
updates.
money riding on
Wait,
this.
yeah,
We have
can I
brackets.
bet on this?
Yeah.
Sure,
Let me
why
get on
not?
DraftKings.
I got Sam Fogg all the
As
way.
long as you're not influencing the rounds, the results of a match, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, as long as you don't catch me.
Sam Fogg all the way.
Sure.
Like every other gambling
Sam Fogg is
industry.
in the
Yeah, I know,
bracket.
and I always put my money on that, man.
September has every card game coming out with a release because everyone
What's
took
the One
August
Piece
off.
release?
One Piece is called Two Champions, I think, or Two Legends.
Two
That
champions, I think.
Yeah, that pre-release is happening in September. We have a Pokemon pre-release, Stellar Crown. We have a Flesh and Blood pre-release, Rosetta. We have a Magic pre-release, Duskmorn. I'm sure there's other card games that have releases. Altered TCG is coming out in September. So if you're like, man, I either want to get a new set for a card game I already play or want to try a new card game, September is the month for you because every weekend we're going to have a new release to try out. And then we're also hosting Grand Archive Learn to Plays every Tuesday.
We're actually doing all kinds of learn to plays coming up, starting at the end of this month. Ben, one of our resident judges, and in general plays a lot of stuff, but he only works on like Saturday, Sundays. He has taken on Magic and with Magic Kids and Star Wars Unlimited. Unlimited?
Yep.
Star Wars Revised.
Star Wars United is what I always try
Star
to
Wars
say.
Chronicles.
But he's been doing learn to plays for that, and we're having our first official like big one that weekend, last weekend of the month. We partnered with Magic Kids, so all kinds of stuff going on with that. So, and we'll be doing learn to plays every other weekend going forward. So
Yeah, trading cards are pretty cool. I mean, that's why I'm here. We also host miniatures games too. We're starting to host Infinity and Warhammer. So if you're like wanting to get into tabletop gaming, like this is the season to do so. When like as the weather gets bad, you're gonna be like, oh man, I want to be at home playing a card game. Bam, we got you.
We do.
And if you don't like card games, board game night is
Tuesdays,
every Tuesday at the shop.
and it's been pretty busy from what
It's
I've
been
seen.
popping.
Yeah, so Kreit's been no excuse for you not being here.
And we raffling off board games pretty much every week.
I think through
Can
August we're gonna be doing.
See
Yeah.
Olivia sometimes.
Is that the person behind us?
That's Olivia, who's now behind us, making a happy face. She likes board games.
Yep.
Also, hi, Olivia.
And then last update I have is that our standard store championship for Magic's this weekend, and you can battle against me maybe because I built a standard deck in
Oh my
about 30 minutes
goodness.
yesterday.
Because you're the champion.
That's
why we love you.
I am the store champ, so I'm going to try to defend my honor and get a cool promo because they've
That's
got
right.
promos with the store's name on it, which is pretty cool.
Ooh, we're so
And they're good
fancy.
promos this time, aren't they?
Yep, Urza Saga is the first place one with no text, so you got to remember what it does.
And a unique art.
Yep.
Oh, we're doing like a Star Wars sealed this weekend as well too.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Sealed for Shadows of the Empire, which has got a lot of the like Mandalorian era and like after the original trilogy stuff, along with some of the stuff from the original.
Oh, you mean the show, The Mandalorian? Got it,
Yes.
got it.
Not the Old Republic Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Empire.
Isn't Shadows of the Empire in between?
That's a
5 and
different.
6?
Yes. Dash Rendar in that set?
Dash Rendar's not in the set.
IG-88?
No Outrider?
IG-88, I think, is in the set, or at least he has a Star Wars card for sure.
The Ocho Ocho?
But yeah, I think
Admiral
that's what we
Thrawn?
got coming up.
I think he's
Exciting
Grand
stuff.
Admiral now.
You can come see everybody but Brian because we never see Brian during
We
gameplay
see him right
time.
now.
He's
Except
here
for
right now. He's definitely not
I don't play
a
games.
paid actor.
He does not play games.
Oh, if we hired someone to be Brian, that would like in The Office when they hire.
Oh, the when Jim does the thing to Dwight where he has the different guy in the family picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of The Office. Can I talk about the game now?
Now we can talk about the
Nice.
game,
Okay,
yes.
we're going to be drafting, and I got to pick the draft category. And we're going to be doing
die.
sitcoms.
2d6,
And
please.
because
Or
we
1d20.
have both our honor and our livelihoods riding on this, we have to randomly decide who goes first. But the way this will work is we're doing 4 rounds.
But everybody gets 4 picks. Yeah, 4 rounds.
Yeah, 4 rounds of draft where we're going to try to make the best slate of sitcoms. We're going to do a snake draft. So, like, the person who picks first will also have the 8th pick, but the person who picks 4th will have the 5th pick. So it's like, even though you pick later, you get picks closer together.
Snake.
Yes, like a snake.
No steppy.
And we're going to try to pick the best 4 sitcoms. We did not ban any picks, so that means there's one in particular that might get picked super early on. That
I
you've
bet
heard us
anybody
talk about.
who's watched the show for more than 2 episodes can figure that out.
The metal ones.
And they're metal and they're hard to read.
All right, we'll use the D20.
They're
Oh,
actually
okay. I was like,
pretty
I'll
light,
pick the
though.
D20. So
What the?
one.
But the hardest to read is 20.
So we're doing low roll. No.
Yeah. Yes. For sure. Is that a 5?
A 5.
Where did you get this?
The end
They're
games. That's
ours.
you.
We sell
An
these.
18. Be an 18. All
Yo!
I mean, roll a 20. Roll a 20.
right, Seinfeld's off the board.
I mean, if she rolls a 20, I'm okay with that too, because then I'm second.
17.
All right.
Oh,
you-
okay, so it's going
so
to be
you're first.
Tom, and then Sarah.
Are you writing them down this week?
Yes, and then Brian. Oh, you rolled in that one, right? So it's me and
Well,
then
yeah,
Brian.
that one. That's a critical success.
The first roll ever on Yang Talk, and we. Okay, Tom,
I guess I
you have
don't-
the first pick.
Yeah, I don't really want the first pick, but I guess I have it.
I'll take it.
You can trade picks.
No,
Right?
because then we're gonna have to start trading picks for other rounds in the future, and
You
that's
can
just
have
gonna get
my
messy.
5th and 6th round pick if I can have your 1st round pick.
No, I want it in the next draft.
I rolled second highest, so obviously if he's going to give it away, it goes to me.
That what are you, the commissioner now?
Yes.
What
yes,
direction
I
did
am.
we go last time?
You
It
were
was
first.
last time. It was
We
me,
went-
and
Oh,
then
Bren,
Brian,
you're right, yeah.
then
Alright.
Sarah, then Tom.
So we went circled
Yes.
this way.
Yeah.
So it should be Tom, me, Bren, Sarah.
Oh, I was just going in order of.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
almost
we can
got
do it in
dice
order of
roll.
roll. Sure, that works too.
Either way is fine.
I was just trying to get out of last place. Back
Oh,
into
but you get 2
second.
picks in the row.
I mean, technically, we did go in a circle, so.
Yeah, it don't matter. We're figuring things out.
Yes.
All right, ready?
Tom.
All right. Well, we might as well go ahead and talk about the greatest sitcom for all
Oh
3
my
of us.
I've
All right, my
already-
pick now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That is Frasier.
Oh, okay.
Boo! It's a steal pick because nobody's gonna pick Seinfeld, so you get that one for free.
I didn't choose to go first.
I actually started to write down Seinfeld as your pick because I was like, you got to pick Seinfeld, right?
Just
But-
remember that he likes Frasier more than Seinfeld.
That's true.
Yes. Remember, people at home.
You were
there
beholden
was
to
a
that opinion
reason
now.
I wanted the first one was so that I could take 2 of the ones that I'm pretty sure Tom is going to name off.
So, what do you have to say about Frasier, Tom?
It's like a little play in every episode, and it's brilliant.
God.
It's like a high cerebral comedy that it's like a litmus test of intelligence almost to like how much you enjoy that show.
Rick and Morty for people that don't think they like Rick and Morty. you
I-
gotta be smart to get this one.
I appreciate how dumb all of the smart characters are
Yes.
in the show.
And how
They just,
smart
like-
all the dumb characters are.
Right. They just like Frasier and Niles don't know how to be people. They just know how to be their subsect of society. So whenever they happen to like cross over into like
The
different
real world, yeah.
the real world, then it's like they're fish out of water, and that's what makes the show delightful. Also, David Hyde Pierce is just like,
And it's got one of the best recurring gimmicks of all TV, which is M.A.S.H.
Maris, who is
Pretty
definitely on screen during that show.
David Hyde Pierce's physical comedy is understated in that show. They
Yes.
have like a whole, I wouldn't say episode, but a long scene where he doesn't speak and he's just ironing his clothes and tripping all over the apartment.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a filler bit, like in between 2 scenes?
It's pretty and he turns it into something more than it would have been if it was just somebody like accidentally burns his pants, but then you can see
Yeah.
everything happening. It's great. All right, anything else more about Frasier?
No, I think that's
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
and Seattle.
We're at it again.
And it's also a spin-off of another show. So
Is that your pick?
Oh, is it my turn? I absolutely was not listening to you guys talk
Oh,
about
wow,
Frasier
okay.
again.
That's just white noise, just the sound of seagulls.
Again.
Frasier.
There's whales off in the distance. And it's just like us talking about Frasier.
Yes.
What's your pick?
My first pick is going to be Bob's Burgers.
Oh, good choice. I didn't even pick that on my list, but I do love Bob's
I,
Burgers.
I genuinely considered hate drafting just to mess with you guys, but
Bob's Burgers is on my list just to hate draft from you. But it's way down at the bottom.
I didn't even pick anything on my list to hate draft.
look, doing sitcoms was really hard because I realized I don't watch a lot of sitcoms, and I had to genuinely Google whether some shows that I think are funny were actually considered
Right.
sitcoms. Generally, the answer was no.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So, what's your favorite episode then?
Of Bob's Burgers?
Yes.
I don't know. I like any of the ones that Mr. Fishoder is in because he's
Oh,
just
the water balloon fight?
Yeah, like he's just so weird, and the way they handle it, like the entire April Fool's episode with him and all that. Just,
Oh, I love the Christmas one where like he has the building the Christmas gingerbread houses in the basement.
yes, they all shoot each other.
Yep.
Anyway,
Any
yes.
moment with Louise, I relate to.
Louise
of just
is-
like she's just trying to scream her way through life, and it's like
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm a Gene.
Every time we get on here, I think about the episode where they're in the radio, and she's like, "I am a 10-foot tower of fire, and you can't say otherwise because you can't see me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that show a lot.
Bob's Burgers. Also an animated one. I had another animated one on my list, but I'm going to see if I can get that later.
I have
I
another
have
animated one,
3
too.
animated
Ooh,
ones on
okay.
my list because those are the only sitcoms I watch. Apparently,
Brian, do you want the third pick? Okay.
He's got
I-
Seinfeld, don't worry.
I shake my head no.
Okay. Oh, yes. This is an audio platform. I am picking my all-time favorite sitcom, which I think is a safe pick because I don't think you guys... We haven't really talked about this, but my favorite sitcom is Community.
Oh, thank God somebody
It's
picked
on
that.
my
That was
list,
me.
but
I'm a big fan of Zany, as evidenced from our draft last week, and it's just the most zany sitcom that there is. Every episode's just like wildly different. Even the gas leak season, I think, is enjoyable, even though they joke about it not being a real season in the show.
isn't Chevy Chase in it?
Yes.
Yes, Chevy Chase is a bit much.
he's a problem of a person in
Yes.
general in real life.
Oh, Pierce.
Yeah.
Correct. But everything else about the show, I super enjoy. And it's just really good. And it's Dan Harmon doing Dan Harmon things without it being Rick and Morty. So,
Oh,
yeah.
not the one that got in trouble.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was.
Uh,
I guess
that's-
not Dan Harmon.
Not Dan Harmon. Yeah.
Don't slander his name like this.
Yeah. And then they
what I
Not like
said.
this.
the joke is always 6 seasons in a movie, and they are working on a movie. So I'm excited to see
Heard it
what
got delayed recently.
Yeah, it's just turns out when you have famous people,
And
they're
they
busy.
all got more famous and have
Donald
schedules.
Glover is just busy ruling his side of the world. So
Or releasing hot albums.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is my pick. Community.
All right, Brian.
Well, since I can't take Frasier,
You're welcome.
I'll take another heater. King of the Hill.
Oh, I didn't
so
remember that.
good.
Oh, that's such a shame. I love that show. Good choice.
It's just a little slice of Americana.
It's a perfect window into like the late 90s, early 2000s life in America.
Relatable parental drama, or being parents of a young child. Not that I have a young child, but you can be Bobby. You know how parents, what it's like to
Yeah.
try to raise a child in today's world, quote unquote.
And all the
In
quaint problems they have, like Y2K and like that kind of stuff.
It's pretty great.
And John Redcorn. John Redcorn.
Which is the second time that character has
Yep.
gotten referenced today, which is
Look, there's just
In
not a
this
lot of
podcast?
representation among those people in sitcoms.
then it would be the third time.
Oh gosh.
Counting the 2 in the podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
oh
a
wait,
good
no,
pick.
it's Brian again.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you haven't seen King of the Hill, do yourself a favor.
It's good.
I remember when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to watch it, and then as an adult for a while, I just didn't. And then one day, I just sat down. I was like, I can't believe I've been missing out on this my entire life.
The Alamo beer stuff.
where is that on?
Hulu.
Hulu. It's also a very memeable show, so like my recent exposure to it has been like, oh man, if they could read in there, they'd be so offended. Like
I love that meme, yeah.
it's like a bunch of like meme-worthy moments, and it's just like when you pull all those all together, it's a nice show.
And since I'm going twice in a row, I'll follow it up with 30 Rock.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
good choice. I also would have taken 30 Rock. Good choice. That unironically is probably one of the better shows like on television the last decade or two.
I could sit down and watch any episode of that, or just watch the whole thing all the way through.
The writing is so good.
Yeah, Tina Fey, just
Love
a
her.
genius. She's great. She's hilarious.
I've never seen most of these shows.
Do yourself a favor.
Charlottesville is in 30 Rock.
That Doesn't.
That's all I
It's
got.
not a reason to watch
I
it.
wanted to work that in. That's all I
How
had.
dare you?
All right.
It's not going to sell me on it.
I was trying to work it in.
What part of Charlottesville is in 30
The
Rock?
Rotunda. There's a scene where Liz is
Oh,
like
the
imagining what her life
UVA.
would be with a child, but it's a plant. And at one
Oh.
point, she's sending it off to college in the Rotunda.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the Brewer.
No, the Kevin Grisham novel.
Didn't Tina Fey go to UVA?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why.
Oh, okay.
She
Yeah,
talks about that a lot in like
in actual SNL.
yeah, in other parts of her life. Yeah,
Okay.
I think she ate a UVA
Cake.
cake on the Daily Show or
Oh.
something.
No,
like
on
that.
SNL. It was
On
on
SNL.
That's
the
right.
Sat
news
there on
program.
the-
Just
yeah.
by the handful.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are my two.
Nice.
Good choice.
Now I have to pick something.
'Cause I know you're not going to take the rest of mine, so I got to get those ones out of the way.
you don't know that.
We'll see.
I'm out
I'll
here
be,
making
I'll be
moves.
surprised.
I'm out here making moves, man. You don't know me.
That's tough because
I already guessed one of Brendan's, so.
you did, and I don't know if I want to pick it yet.
Oh, you better.
I'm going to pick The Good Place.
All right.
It's a recent sitcom. It only had 4 seasons, but it just dealt with. It was a very comedic take on the afterlife, and it was like really good. It had Kristen Bell and
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson, and
Ted Danson might get a workout.
I
in
watched
this
it on
episode.
Netflix. I don't know if it was anywhere else before that.
Cheers and
but-
Frasier fame.
Yeah.
And Curb Your
Isn't it
Enthusiasm.
supposed to be in like not
Yeah.
heaven?
Okay.
That's like all I know about
Sure.
it.
We're not going to talk about spoilers for The Good
Yeah, no
Place because this isn't
spoilers.
The Good Place podcast, but or is it?
But it is the Frasier podcast, so
Yeah, so
Frasier
back to
podcast.
Ted
Frasier.
Danson shows up on Frasier.
Yeah, it has
Reprising his role.
Which was your
it's a
favorite of
Frasier.
Bulldog's intros?
Yeah, it's one of those shows that like you start watching, it's like, oh yeah, that's funny, and then like towards the middle of the show, it's like, oh, this is a sitcom that has a lot of heart. And for me, I just watched like all of it just so fast that it's like, and then I went back and watched it again. So Good Place. It's a good place.
Need to finish that one. I think I got
good.
5 or 6 episodes into the first season and then stopped and then just didn't pick it back up. But it's on my to-do list to watch.
It's on Netflix.
That's probably why I don't spend much time on the flicks.
Yeah, that's fair.
You gotta
All right.
wait for all those CDs to
Sarah.
be mailed to you.
Your turn.
Oh, it is my turn, isn't it? I'm gonna take It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody had to get it.
I had choosing between 30 Rock and It's Always Sunny. I can watch 30 Rock more often. It's just because
That's
I
fair.
think it's a little more of an adult show, even though it's a silly. It's Always Sunny is just a little too.
I don't know, but 30 Rock
Sophomoric at
never
some
had an
points.
episode
It
that
definitely has its
literally
moments.
parodied the entire play of Waiting for Godot in a Waiting for Godot fashion.
They're not beating rats to death with like while they're high on paint.
I
So
guess
like
sometimes Shakespeare writes brilliant things, and sometimes he writes bashing rats to
To
death.
be fair, the sitcom stuff that I do watch is all like either cartoons or real dumb. That's what this draft has shown me.
I'll be getting to some of those if they're still around when I get another chance.
So, yep. I actually hadn't watched it in a long time until we started doing Sunny or Seinfeld. So I had to go back and I think season 3 was like the last time I saw it. And I think there's doing
they're
14 or
15,
15
Yeah,
now.
they're a
it's
lot.
Crazy.
So I like binged all the way through it and then went, oh God, it's over. So apparently I really enjoyed it.
Told you. It's a
Pretty
good
short
show.
episodes. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not super long and I'm not a big Seinfeld fan, but somehow this one got me. So
It's the same principle. It's just they're even less likable. So you don't even like feel any compulsion to like feel bad about it.
I'm not going to argue about this.
It's a good time. Watch Sunny.
Watch Sunny. It's a
Learn
good
about the
time.
dentist system.
The dentist system, yes. All right, Tom. You're
All
up.
right. My next choice is going to be probably not a surprise to anybody, but I'm going to take Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm a big fan of Larry David and just about anything he does.
Before Seinfeld?
Yeah, I like Curb more, actually.
Wow.
Curb
okay.
is actually funnier.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hard
I
agree.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched it. This is one of those.
Oh,
I think this is the
man.
first one that I haven't watched in this list.
The
So-
Joe Pepitone jersey, the wheelchair gate, the Katrina relief. Like, some of these are some great art.
I've heard it's a show that I would enjoy since I enjoy Seinfeld.
It's not like a it's not like a series thing, right? It's or like a
It has,
like
I
an
think, like-
ongoing story. It's
There's-
just,
Each
Yeah, they-
season
they-
has its own story, kind of.
The episodes
and, like,
go together. Like what happens
Okay.
in the previous episode,
Yeah.
they will call back a joke.
I see.
or like
Okay.
situations happen where like he almost gets divorced at one point, so like his wife isn't in the show for a season.
If this helps you at all, like a lot of the lines are half improv. So
Oh,
like in the
okay.
scenes, you'll see the actors like breaking because they didn't expect them to say that. So
Oh,
they have
cool.
a general gist of a scene and then they go at it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, it's like Larry David's passion project.
It's so
Nice.
good.
Okay. Is that HBO?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's on the Max.
It's also on our Amazon now.
Amazon.
Because I had to get Max through Amazon to watch this god dang movie.
We're not there yet.
Thank goodness.
Join us after the draft for a heated discussion about your favorite movie.
All right.
All right, it's me again.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna pick a classic this time. I'm gonna go with the British sitcom Fawlty Towers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, my mother introduced me to that when I was a kid, and boy, howdy do I love it.
I don't have that one, but I have a similar and adjacent.
Well, then by all means.
Oh, I guess it is my turn.
Yeah. If you want to pick that one or something.
Yeah, I've
else.
never seen that, but
Fawlty Towers
It's
is really
good.
good. It's got what's his name?
John
from Multi-
Cleese,
Yes, John
John
Cleese
Cleese
from
is
Multi
the
it's
main
Python.
guy.
all them cats.
and
isn't
like
it?
he runs like a B&B, but like badly. So it's just like all the weird B&B guests and everything.
Man, there's a lot of British sitcoms I did not put on my list.
Two guys in a white van.
I don't know that one.
That's
Oh, it's
Sarah, what's your pick?
Only Fools and Horses. That's the name of the show.
Or
I'm going to do Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, similar vein. Yeah,
Let's go.
And that wasn't even a hate draft one.
yeah.
You actually,
Canada's greatest export since maple syrup.
ironically, my dad turned me on to them because one of the characters has the same last name, not the same spelling, but the same pronunciation. And our last name gets messed up by everybody. So he was telling me a story about how a guy actually pronounced it right because he watched Trailer Park Boys. And so
How
my
many-
dad was like, "You've got to watch this really stupid show."
How many different pronunciations of Seamus is there?
I wish it was Seamus. It'd be a lot. People probably wouldn't mess it up. So yeah, that's.
And
where
that
I'm
was going to be one of your picks.
for sure. Also, another show you've seen a million memes of, even if
Yep.
you've never
Even
watched it.
I've never watched it, and I know memes about it.
It's so funny.
It also has a
Ugh.
very pleasant theme song, so if you're
Yeah.
falling asleep to it, like a lot of shows, if they're auto playing, have a loud, obnoxious intro. This one's just kind of gentle.
Yeah.
Until you get to gunfire and screaming in the trailer park, but
Love that stupid show. It's so good. It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still
I think
is.
it's on.
It's
Hulu.
got
on
movies
one of
too,
them.
I think.
I think they also
I don't
like
care for the movies.
the movies aren't as
The
good
long
as the
form stuff
show.
is just not quite there compared to the show.
Yeah.
But they keep making them, so they must be doing well.
Also, it cracks me up that it's from Canada of all places. to
Canadian
have, like,
It's
trailer
their
trash.
best cultural export.
For my pick, I actually have to refute Tom's statement because I actually think Canada's best cultural export is Letterkenny
Okay.
on Hulu.
Yeah, all
what
right.
you're picking as
I
well?
can see why
That
you say
is
that.
what I'm picking.
I know less people like who make memes about Letterkenny, but I get what
Sure.
you say.
It's such a delight to Letterkenny is a small town with a bunch of crazy characters that just like interact
Is
with
that
each
a
other.
live action or a
And
cartoon?
hockey.
Okay.
Live action. They've got hockey, and it's very nice. It's another one on Hulu, and they've got 10 seasons, but the seasons are like very short. They're only like 6 to 8 episodes.
Yeah,
apiece.
that's the
that
one
is
with the Amish, right?
There are the yes,
I've seen that scene.
yeah, yes, the dicks.
Yeah.
Are the
Yeah,
Amish.
sausages are all on the ground.
Yes, yes. Watch
don't
Letterkenny.
Have a
The-
response to that at all?
Yes, there's a lot of fist fighting and laughs. Letterkenny.
Okay, my last two. I haven't seen the recent seasons of this, but the seasons I have seen are so enjoyable that it doesn't matter. I would take it even if it only had this many. It's Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, you mean Aqua Teen Show
All
Show?
right.
It's just the most absurd.
Yeah, what are you going to do
Comedy.
with 5,000 shirts that say Chicano on them?
Just telling Sam about that earlier today. The writers are just off their gourds about what they can get away with. It's
Who's
really
the-
kicked off Adult Swim when it first
Yeah, it did.
That's
started
true.
off, and the movie's hilarious. Actually, they have several movies, I believe.
Who's the spider who lives in the attic?
It's like Greg or something.
Yeah.
I want some juice.
They like threw out his mail or whatever.
It's such an absurd premise. So yeah,
Bunch of living food that somehow have
One of them is a
arms.
wad of meat. I know that's not
Or
really
they don't have
food.
arms. They just have hands, I guess.
I mean,
right?
Carl's the best part of that show.
Carl
Yes.
is, yeah. And the Moonanites.
They're pretty good. And then for my last pick, man, on a more serious note, I'll take M.A.S.H.
Oh,
all
okay.
right, all right.
I love it. Let's move this podcast to the other side of the road.
Since I couldn't take Frasier or It's Sunny or Trailer Park Boys.
He's so sad.
So yeah, what made you pick M.A.S.H?
M.A.S.H is another one of those ones as a child, you're just like, oh my God, it's time to go to bed when
Yep.
starts playing over the
Yep.
speakers. But the older you get, the more you appreciate like the gravity of the situation that these guys are in. It's made in the 80s about the Korean War.
Kinda.
Kinda.
It's really about the Vietnam War, but it's through the lens of the Korean War.
The setting is the Korean War. It's about
Yeah.
Probably a little too soon to talk about the Vietnam War in America.
Have you seen the movie?
It's about the horrors of war that it's based on? No.
Yeah. That's based on. It's like radically different. It's not even a comedy.
I mean, some of the jokes obviously aren't quite as absurd as the stuff that we're talking about now, but it was
Oh
a
my God, could you
mainstay on TV
imagine?
for so long. I think it was one of the most watched
Yes, it
finales
was.
of all
There
time.
forever,
Like,
yeah.
Could you imagine though if they redid it with like the zany writing today?
probably wouldn't hit as hard.
You also definitely couldn't have Klinger.
I mean, you definitely could. They would just be more of a. You'd probably be in the show more. And then they would just tell him get to work like we don't care. Just,
That's true. That's the modern military.
so yeah, M.A.S.H.
Yeah, good choice.
All right. Bren, you're up.
That's tough. I actually, going through my list, I have like 9 still on here.
Same.
We got an honorable
Lord.
mention at the end.
Is that-
I only had 9.
Well, I
and
came prepped, and
it
then
was a
only like
stretch.
4 or 5 of mine have actually left my list.
You'll get an honorable mention at the end.
Okay, so before Tom picks it from me, I'm going to pick Third Rock from the Sun.
You fool. Wasn't even on my list. I just guessed it.
Really, Tom? How did you
Wow.
guess it? Because it's delightful.
I don't know. I just
Because
remember
it's zany?
old sitcoms my parents watched. And it was on before Seinfeld.
You guys did a lot of older stuff that I'm realizing because I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was a kid. So a lot of it's
The
like
television raised me.
from
I was like, yeah, I was-
2009 and later on my.
These
list.
are all adult. I didn't
Yeah,
get to watch
like-
a lot of TV as a kid either. So
I had to think about things that I watched like before the late aughts. All right, so Third Rock.
Yep, it's a
That's with
alien
the-
family.
Who's the main guy in that?
as John
Lithgow.
Lithgow
Yeah,
and
Lithgow.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I was gonna say before his Robin days.
Yeah.
His pseudo
His-
Robin
Yeah,
days.
when are we
That's
gonna get that
the one
movie?
time?
The
that-
one time he was gonna be Robin.
Yes, that's what I know Joseph Gordon-Levitt from, is from that one time where he said my middle name's Robin. But yeah, they go to Earth to try to be regular people, and I don't even think John Lithgow knows how to be a regular person in real life.
No.
let
No, he
alone,
doesn't.
like in the show, and it's great.
I do
watch
remember
it.
enjoying that one.
I think that one's also Hulu.
Oh,
Watch it on Hulu. Or
aliens
Netflix.
come to Earth, try to live on Earth.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. He failed to mention they're aliens.
No, I said that.
anyway.
Didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yes, they're aliens. Yes, and they come to Earth.
Pretending to
live
be
on Earth.
human.
It's got Newman on it. I don't know his actual
Wayne
name.
Knight.
It's got Wayne Knight in it.
He's just Newman. Everybody knows
Yeah.
him as Newman.
He was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he
As
was Newman,
Newman.
there
See?
too.
He was in Jurassic Park. Nobody
As
cares.
Newman, you are not pointing to anything.
No, but that's his scene from Jurassic Park where he's like,
Yeah.
hey, this guy has the secrets. See? Nobody cares.
Yeah. Third Rock from the Sun.
I do remember enjoying that one. The like
Yeah, it was good.
3 or 4 episodes I remember seeing.
Mm-hmm.
My stepmom had a problem with the lady alien, so we didn't watch too much of it.
Oh, okay.
She was friendly.
You can't head like that, even if you're from another planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a thing. I guess I'll do my last one. I'm gonna do Archer.
Ooh, okay.
You're really a John H. Benjamin fan.
Yeah, I am.
I'm surprised you didn't pick
And it's
John H. John Benjamin.
John
right, yeah.
Benjamin.
You're surprised you didn't pick H. John Benjamin as a fan.
I haven't seen that at all.
That's like considered to be his best work.
The only other thing I thought about was, well, I'll save that for honorable mention.
I don't know if you've seen the other show that shares an art style with Archer. It's before Archer. Frisky Dingo.
Oh yeah. Okay, I was like, I know what you're talking about. I can't think what it's
Such
called.
a good show. I'm pretty sure it's the
thought
same
about- I
creators.
hadn't thought about that in years.
It's an absurd show. I think they tone it down a little bit for Archer and then get a little more.
Yeah. A little more mainstream there. All right, Tom.
All right, last pick. Oh boy. There's some great ones that we haven't talked about here.
I have like 8 on my list. Yes.
I'm gonna go with the dark horse for my last pick. One that's about to come back to streaming. So I haven't seen it in many years, so it could suck. I'm not warranting that, but I remember it being good, which was the Drew Carey show.
Oh, wow.
Cleveland Rocks.
Yeah.
That's all I. And Phoebe, what was the lady that worked in the office with him?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Phoebe or something like that.
She wore a lot of makeup.
She was like his arch nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he had the like his neighbor and like the weird guy.
Is he still alive?
Which one? Drew?
Carey?
Yeah.
He's doing Prices Right now, isn't he? Or
Come on
something?
down.
He's been doing that for a long time. Yeah. Lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Stuck around.
Okay.
He used to be a Marine.
Spay your pets.
Spare your pet. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that is our official draft for our sitcoms. Let us know who won in the comments. I guess we should go over
Yeah, if
what
you wanna read
the
'em
official
off.
picks were,
Oh, and we need to do honorable mentions.
and then we'll do that after our was that applause?
It was applause because we have a
I
button
mean, I
for
could
it.
hear the applause the whole time. Tom,
Yes.
your picks were Frasier, Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Yep.
Fawlty Towers,
Yep.
The Drew Carey Show.
Yep.
Sarah, your picks were Bob's Burgers, Always Sunny, Trailer Park Boys, and Archer.
Yep.
My picks were Community, The Good Place, Letterkenny, and Third Rock from the Sun. And Brian, your picks were King of the Hill, 30 Rock, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and M.A.S.H.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 of those lists I would watch any show on.
Whose list aren't you choosing?
I think we can guess.
Get in the comments.
You can't say that and then put you on the spot.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Vote for which one I should not watch.
And that'll be the winner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'll be the
get in the
winner.
comments.
Bren
Right.
wins again?
Should we do honorable mentions?
Yeah, let's do honorable mentions.
Go ahead and start.
My honorable mention is going to be actually a pretty old show, but it's very famous and very important to society. It's The Jeffersons.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah. I watched a lot of Jeffersons growing up.
I would not have guessed that. Okay. It's a very classic sitcom.
Yeah, my
like-
parents were big Jeffersons fans, weirdly enough, so we watched a lot of Jeffersons growing up.
Ironically, the first thing I thought when you said that was The Jetsons. And I
No,
was like,
I don't know if that's
I
a
guess
sitcom.
that technically qualifies.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I qualified all the ones on my list to make sure that the Wikipedia says that
I
they're
had to Google
sitcoms,
mine
so-
too to make sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Brian, what's your honorable mention?
Oh, laboring over his decision. Not one that I really would watch anymore today, but that had a huge cultural impact in recent years. The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm sick and tired of that show, but I can't deny.
But there
that
definitely
it-
was a time when it was
everywhere.
hilarious.
and
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was nonstop.
I mean, you
but
got me to watch it, and even I think it's hilarious.
I've seen it so many times through. I just don't think it's. Yeah, when it was out, it was a cultural force,
Yeah.
but I don't want to watch it anymore.
I
Yeah.
enjoy the clips of it more than sitting down and
Yeah.
watching through
I
it.
will say I have started watching the director cut episodes, and there's enough like new content in those that it's funny.
We're
There
getting,
are a lot of bits where I'm like, why did you cut that? That was the best bit of the whole episode.
We're getting 2 Office spinoffs sometime in the next year. One of them is The
Paper.
Office Australia.
Oh,
And then
oi,
one
mate.
of them is...
You need some paper?
Yeah, The Paper, which is about a small town newspaper.
The same town.
Yeah.
It's literally like
Yeah, I believe
tied
it's
to
Scranton's newspaper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because that's
they-
where they buy their paper.
Yeah.
Is Dunder Mifflin.
So The Office
tell
is
me they
still
get the
affecting
watermark
people.
paper.
Oh, I
That's
thought
also
so.
where like Parks and Rec and Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of like
Got their
got their
jumping
stuff.
off points.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, what's your honorable mention?
That's tough. I'm gonna pick one I'm currently watching, and it's Abbott Elementary.
I saw the actual building that they filmed the school. Like that was on the
Oh.
lot tour when I took the lot tour like 2
that's
years
cool.
ago.
Yeah, it's just Quinta Brunson's.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, she's like kind of the spearhead of the show, but it's about a Philadelphia elementary school and all the teachers and students as they interact with each other. And also like just as a production thing for me, like the season ended this year and also started this year, whereas most of the shows that I follow are like, you're going to have to wait 2 years to watch the next one. I'm like,
Oh, so it's an
no.
ongoing show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
this is one that I'm currently watching, like going through because like it's coming out now. Abbott Elementary on Hulu, much like everything else I've mentioned.
Got a preference there. Mine's going to be home movies. Speaking of H. John Benjamin.
Brendan Small.
Yeah, and Brendan Small. Yep.
Oh man,
That's
Just
an
a-
old one.
Now I'm just thinking about Metalocalypse and
Yeah.
the fact that Death Clock is a touring band.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
The fact
right
that one of the
there.
guys is based on Cass's like favorite musician, and I only found out about that
Dr.
like,
Roxo?
recently. The drummer.
The Cocaine Clown.
Oh, man.
All right. And with that, shall we talk about the movie we watched?
Yes.
Gourds of Egypt.
Yes, we watched the VeggieTales.
Thank you for
Gourds
picking
of
up on what I was
Egypt.
laying down.
No, we watched the. I'm going to keep calling it the hit movie because I don't know how else to describe it. Gods of Egypt.
Wait, I
I
watched
felt
Prince
like I
of
got
Egypt.
hit by this movie.
It's a CGI slugfest of a film based on Egyptian mythology,
Loosely.
very loosely.
It's
and
what
I
if
had,
a Greek read a book about Egyptian mythology and decided to tell a story?
Yeah, I had Gods of Egypt for breakfast yesterday, and it was a delight. It was good. I was just instead of eating breakfast, I watched Gods of Egypt, and it was.
So
Poor
let's talk
choice.
about who's in it. We've got, what was the jumping off point? Who was
Oh
the,
yes,
Oh.
Jeffrey Rush was in The King's Speech, and he plays Ra in Gods of Egypt. So he's the guy on. Oh, spoilers for Gods of Egypt ahead. He's the guy on the boat that's like fighting
Stopping
the monster
Apopkis
every day.
from
He's
eating
literally
the
the sun
world.
god Ra.
Yeah.
Which in this one, he's the father of Osiris and Set instead of just being a member of the pantheon.
Yeah.
Who we also had Gerard Butler and the guy who plays Jamie Lannister. I don't know-
Nikolai Koju-Walster, I want to say.
Something like that. That's
Kaiju monster.
Yeah.
no one knows how to say his
Nikolai
name.
not appearing in this film.
Were there any other big names?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick
Oh, yeah,
Boseman's in
Chadwick.
it.
The God of Wisdom.
Playing Toth is how they
Toth.
pronounced it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Elodie Young played Hathor. And
I had to look her up, and she's in a bunch of movies I've never seen or
Yeah.
never will see.
She's,
I'm
primarily
glad
a
you had a
foreign-
good career, but those look like stinkers.
And Courtney Eaton was in there as Zaya. I don't remember what the main guy's name was, though.
I remember
Oh.
it was Beck.
That, yeah.
That was his
Yeah.
character name, yes. So give us a quick rundown on what it was about.
Ooh. The gods done messed up, and what is it? Set? Is that the god of death? Gerard
Set.
Butler is like, I want to be king now, and
He
kills.
wants to live forever.
Yeah, and kills Osiris and tries to kill what's his name,
Horus,
Horus.
played by Jamie Lannister.
Yes, and takes his eyes because, spoilers, end of the movie, he's going to use pieces of all the gods to turn into an immortal god being, and that doesn't work out well for him.
So in the movie, the gods are not naturally immortal. They're long lived, but they live amongst humanity and they rule.
They're really
in class.
tall.
They're really tall for some reason.
They're
We get
8
the-
feet
They
tall.
mentioned
The sweet
that,
Hobbit
like-
effect.
Yeah, they mentioned that at the beginning of
But,
the
like,
movie, and then they're
reverse.
like, and then as you start going, it's like, wait a minute, that guy's like 12 feet tall. Like, why?
So they literally had in normal form, they're 8 feet tall. In transformed form, they're 12 feet tall.
Now, which one of them was related to the Witwickies?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
That's Transformers? The
I-
Order of the
Oh,
Witwickians?
Shia
Fun
LaBeouf?
fact.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know anything about Transformers.
Yeah, you saw this
I-
movie.
I fell asleep watching the first one in the theater.
I-
Robots fighting.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah, so I was on board with Gods of Egypt all the way up until the moment that they transformed.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's when I got off to.
I think I sent you a text. I was like, freaking Animorphs.
I got about
It's
15
all
minutes in and I was
Animorphs
like,
and
Because
parkour, man.
I super enjoyed the dialogue because it almost felt like watching a play, even though it was awkward, but it was meant to be awkward because it's like God's trying to talk to people and the people are like, why don't you just like talk normal? Like that's Beck's whole thing is like, I'm just a guy. Like you gods don't know how to be just guys. But yeah, Beck and Horus team up to try to save Beck's loved one who died, Zaya.
and revenge. And
Oh,
for,
and Horus wants revenge. Yeah.
yeah.
But turns out you should just love people.
Yeah,
You should
if
just
the
love people.
the power
Purpose of the
love.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
So this movie
that's the power of love.
basically ruined the director's career because
Good.
he put a bunch of white people playing
Good.
Egyptian gods.
As he should.
And then his big argument was that, well, they're gods, they're not actually Egyptians, and this is fantasy, not really anything
Yeah,
we should take
Take your
seriously.
Greek mythology back to Greece.
And that absolutely just ruined his career. Of course, it didn't help that he got on Twitter
And also
Trump
that he
himself,
made a
essentially.
terrible movie.
And
I was
he
saying,
made,
that part was noticeable. It's like, that's an awful lot of white people
Yeah.
in Egypt. But
Yeah.
like, that's not even the worst part of the movie. The worst
No.
part of the movie is that it's just poorly paced. It's, like,
Yeah.
Cut to the next scene. Cut to the
Also,
next scene. They wanted to be Tolkien, like walking through all the different types of
Yeah.
terrains and like
Yeah.
this big arduous journey, and it turned into like I don't care about any of the
And the
characters.
combat was very like slow,
Yep.
and it's like especially
The CGI is obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
and
The
heavily
green
relied
screen.
upon.
Yeah.
yeah. There's a part where Horace gets one of his eyes back, and then has to fight this like squad of minotaurs where like it almost
What?
looks like
You
they're
didn't
moving.
like the Matrix moves in that scene?
It looks like they were moving in like not slow motion, but they're just like
And like
they're just slow moving because they don't know what
You know
they're
what
doing.
it reminds me of? The
Right, and then
scene
you
in
go here and I go there.
Right. It's like
the
ugh.
scene in Shrek where
Ugh.
Fiona is fighting Robin Hood and they like do like the Matrix move with that and
Yeah.
it's obviously satire. That's what it reminds me of every time I see it. It kills me.
Yeah.
It's not a great movie.
It's over 2 hours long.
Is
And
it?
I felt every minute.
127 minutes.
Oh, 7 minutes over 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's over 2 hours.
It's
It
that
shouldn't
last
have been
7 minutes is a doozy.
What did he do with 2 hours of nothing?
It was
I liked how there was the giant hole about like, okay, Horace got his eye back. Oh no, and then Set just puts it like in the middle of his head when he transforms.
his
Gets the
all-seeing
brain,
eye.
gets the wings.
Yeah, he
and
takes totes
Oh, I've
on
got
it
3
right
eyes now.
got old boy from Man in the High Castle. What was
Rufus Sewell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Urshu as his little like artificer slapping a bunch of lava.
The
together.
architect.
Like, all right, stick him to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did like the moment where like his whole thing is like, oh, I have all these riches because I've been working for Set, so that means I can make it to the afterlife. And Beck's like, by the way, the afterlife's going to be gone if I don't like stop your boss. So like, sucks to suck. And he's like, what? No.
He's literally wearing like an
Yeah.
entire
His golden underwear,
and-
yeah.
like yes, the golden underwear.
It was silly. It was bad. I had fun watching it.
I didn't rewind to check this, but I thought I heard it. Did they say that tower was 2,000 kilometers tall?
Cubits.
Cubits.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
I don't know how tall
But
a
I don't
cubit
care
is.
enough to like rewind 10
Yep.
seconds and find out. I'll just ask
I think
tomorrow.
it's supposed to be like the Sears Tower or Empire State, but like
I don't
it's
know what
not.
a cubit is.
I don't
it's-
understand how climbing the outside of the tower was faster than taking the dang elevator that he was already on. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No,
Right.
Also,
also
a
the
guy that
classic
can lift
scene-
up giant stones over his head to protect everybody from falling rocks has trouble pulling his own body weight up onto a ledge.
well, I also love the
Which
classic
is
scene.
like what humans
Hey,
Well,
can
he
do
only has
fairly
one
easily.
eye.
we need to
and
keep
his-
this guy
yeah.
alive. I know you want to kill him. I'm the only thing stopping you from killing him. I'll peace out, homie. You probably can listen
There's
to me,
also
right?
a moment where they interact with the Sphinx. I was like, oh, if you don't answer this riddle, I'm going to kill you. And then they get it wrong the first 2 times, and they're still alive. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not how Sphinxes work.
He's just smacking Jamie
he's like a
Lannister around.
And finally he's like, yeah, tomorrow. I'm like, well, no, duh.
It's like they took a cool setting that could have been so much more and just kind of mashed it all together into terrible 2 hours.
They really
It
wanted to
was
write a
supposed
Greek
be
play.
It
ins-
felt like it should be a trilogy
Yeah.
if you wanted to flesh all
they
these
tried
characters out.
They tried to set it up as a sequel, obviously, at the end where he's like, "I'm gonna go find Hathor and all that
Boo,
and save
no.
her." But obviously,
Yeah,
it
thank
also because it crashed and burned so hard, they
Yeah.
I
They
think
should have made this storyline 3 movies. Like seriously, like, they could have put it together well, and maybe I would have cared about
Yeah,
what
'cause-
happened to anybody.
Right,
No.
because a lot of the characters were like, oh, man, we should be sad that they died. But I don't know who that is.
Next scene. Nope.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fire snakes.
Like, what Gerard Butler's wife with the wings.
Nifthus.
Yeah, it was like,
Or
by
the
the
fact
way,
that
she's
Anubis
dead. I'm
isn't
like,
involved
oh.
and he's clearly part of the pantheon.
He was in the movie.
Yes, he's in the
But
movie, but he's
he
not
wasn't
involved in the
under-
politics of
It's
it.
because he hadn't gotten to eat in the underworld yet.
Yeah, he's busy taking people on walks.
So why didn't
Yeah.
Anubis do anything to help?
He was. He
Kinda.
was
But
that's
keeping
not
the
allowed to talk to the
underworld
living.
from collapsing or
Yeah.
something. He didn't care.
Seemed like he could do a lot of
He
walking in
also
the
was
desert
the only
with him.
one who had no human form. So there's
Yeah,
that.
that's weird.
I was kind of surprised by that because I was like, everyone else is people. And then Anubis is like, I'm not a people.
He's a dog that thinks he's people.
He's a
A
dog
jackal.
man.
The transforming was so bad.
Yes.
was
Every
bad, yeah.
time it was bad. It didn't get any better by
And
the
also
end.
the
Like,
fact that like Gerard Butler's like ultimate form
It's
got
the
beat up
dumbest
by,
thing ever.
by Horace. Like
Can we talk
by
about
the
the
power
fact
of love. I want to try harder now, and
Yeah.
I'm on a mission, so I'm gonna win.
he went Super Saiyan, and it was like, okay.
It was very Dragon
Can
Ball
we-
Z-esque.
Should we talk about the fact that Gerard Butler couldn't decide if he was going to be English or
Oh, the
Scottish?
accents were terrible. There
the
were British
whole
accents throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
He goes
though.
back and forth.
He
Yeah, it's
goes-
like,
when he's yelling, he's Scottish. When he's like having conversation,
Well,
he's
when I
English.
yell, I'm Scottish.
And
so
nobody
that's
is
more realistic to me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you like connected with
Yeah.
Set. You felt
Yeah, I
his.
sure did. I was like, I totally get where this guy's coming from.
This was a stinker.
It was fun for me to watch this movie.
I love bad movies, and this one is right up there. I was very excited.
It's
that
such a shame
we
that you have
picked
the
this
next
one.
pick.
We've seen a lot of good movies recently that like I wanted to
And
watch something
serious
that was
movies.
Yeah, fair. I'll give you that one.
Yep.
Been a lot of dramas.
like
Lately.
watch Gods of Egypt on Max now.
Or don't.
Sponsored.
Save yourself the
Not
trouble.
No,
sponsored.
you should absolutely watch it and then agree with us on everything we've said.
Yeah, and comment on our YouTube video or visit us at theingames.co.
Oh wait.
Because we're
wait.
too
Tell
cool
us how
for
good the
them.
movie really is.
Yeah.
I was reading
If
some
we're
reviews
wrong,
afterwards. that
please
people
tell
really-
us.
The
People-
big argument was like you guys are saying it's so bad it's good, or some people were defending it was actually just a fun romp through Egypt and like the CGI wasn't that bad.
The
It's like,
romp, I did
don't know.
not enjoy. I enjoyed them talking. Like, I loved the dialogue and the conversations they were having, but just in the set pieces that were like, oh, you're an 8 foot tall, just regular guy.
Yeah, I
or
couldn't get
we're
away
trying to
from
walk.
that.
Or the moment where it's like, can't you run any faster? No. And then immediately 2 seconds
Can't you
later,
run any faster?
can't you run any faster? No. And it's like, that's stupid dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
It's no Frasier.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, man, I didn't put Gods of Egypt
But did
as my
we like
sitcom.
it? Did we enjoy ourselves
I had
as we
fun.
watched it? Tom was just
We should have
no.
watched this one together.
I would
think.
say that I don't hate it. I just don't care about it. Like I had to watch it. I would never watch it again. I wouldn't recommend it to people, but I wouldn't say I hated it. It was like didn't insult me. By the end, I was like, okay, cool CGI. The battle finally picked up, like the final battle, but
Maybe.
combat was also kind of boring. It's pretty meh
It's pretty meh. Yeah.
for a $140 million budget. Holy moly! I see why he got
I
in
mean,
trouble.
I
with
wish
half
I
that
had
money, we
gotten
could have made a
some of
twice
that.
better film.
Like if this was a high school art project or something, they could have used any actors for this. Who cares what the star power was?
Yeah.
Like they did not help being in this movie.
Oh, that was his argument, though, was that no one would come watch an ancient Egyptian story without the white people.
Yeah, hang on a bit though,
basically.
but maybe that proves the point. Maybe you shouldn't make this film.
It didn't help that I think it was Exodus also came out, which was another. That was
yeah.
the Moses with a bunch of white people in Egypt and all that. They
That
were
was
like
Christian Bale, right?
Right next to each
It's
other.
not a
That
good
was
time to be
Christian
white
Bale, yeah.
person in Egypt.
And they kind of got away with it because they were like, okay, you do have some big names in there. That is a draw, whatever. Whereas this guy was just like, how dare you? So
This one should not have
Alright.
been made.
Sarah, what is your pick?
oh right,
for
I
Yang
get to
Talk?
pick.
Yes.
So
I'm kind of worried now.
Yeah, me too.
After you liked that movie, I was like,
I love bad movies.
The
Give me
Immortals.
300 any day.
Yeah.
that's
that-
not a bad
is that the
movie.
Yeah, but that one's good.
That one
That
is
is
pretty
that the pick?
good.
That's about
That's
on
pretty
par.
good.
So
I'm not on par with Gods of Egypt.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It is not.
Keep in mind that
What are we talking
300,
about here?
they re-released it back into the theaters. It was so popular. I don't think they did that with Gods of Egypt.
I mean, they will
I
now
mean,
after the podcast.
after I did read that after the 5th or 6th home release, they finally broke even on it. So
Thank God it went.
This
didn't
movie
go
made
straight to
money?
video.
this movie made
oh
money.
my
Yeah.
gosh, that's ridiculous.
It actually opened better. They expected a 19 million open, and it opened at like 31 million. So it did okay for how much of.
Ridiculous.
I'm assuming that all their sales come from places where like that's the only VHS they could buy.
I think it came out
VHS.
anyway. Yes.
It's Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder.
So we're gonna jump off of Courtney Eaton, who played Zaya,
Okay.
the religious one, and we're gonna watch Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, all right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I guess it gives me a reason to watch Furiosa that just got released on Max.
That's
Oh,
probably where it
I wasn't
came
gonna,
from.
but yeah, I guess I might as well.
I did.
I heard it was
have seen
bad.
Furiosa already
I have not.
because
But
I watched
not-
it
I have
in
not either.
theater.
Oh, we get to talk about my
Yeah,
sweet pet
top.
theory about how Tom Hardy is the kid from Mad Max 2.
Well, now we don't have to talk about it because
yeah,
we already
she
talked about it.
We done
plays-
covered it.
she plays Cheetah the Fragile. She's one of the wives
Oh, okay,
in
sure.
it. So, and I thought there were a good amount of people for the next pick, which I'm sure is not going to be super serious and historical at all.
What would you do if I brought a comedy to the table?
We might
Just an
all
80s
have
Like
a
Gods of
stroke.
Egypt?
Weekend at Bernie's style comedy.
I might have a stroke right in front of you.
Weekend at Bernie's. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Is Tom Hardy in Weekend at Bernie's?
He's in Weekend at Bernie's 2, which is the movie I was going to bring.
The
Oh,
Venom Boogaloo.
oh God.
It's the one where they have to dig up
Yeah,
Bernie.
Could go there.
Oh man, we're gonna have to watch a good movie now. What is happening?
Oh, no, don't worry. I won't pick that. I will pick.
Nope, it's too early for that.
So wait, no.
Thank
The
you
Revenant.
for watching
So
The
we're doing-
Revenant. No.
I think we're getting close. We're about an hour.
Yeah.
59
Yeah.
minutes.
Let's call
at
this
the
a
moment.
podcast.
So
This has been Yang Talk,
Let us
brought
know
to you
what you
by theingames.co, because
Wait.
it's just going to be
There.
Shrek.
we're too cool for the M.
All right. Tell us which draft you like the best.
And why
it's
is it
probably
mine?
Bren's because only one person comments.
Yeah, we really should
Yes.
just start playing the Kreitz.
Though, if it's Kreitz, he hasn't seen Community. Sorry to call you out on the internet, but like I don't
I
understand
feel like
it.
that's the third time we've
He'll still
mentioned
pick your
him.
list. Don't worry. Gods of Egypt, is
Watch
it good? Yes or
Community.
no?
No.
Wow, the hate.
Watch Community before you watch Gods of Egypt.
All right.
It
Watch
ties
Gods
in.
of Egypt and then palate cleanse yourself with a real piece of media.
Or you could watch Fury Road with us, and then you can.
A much better
Oh,
movie.
I guess that
Share
makes
your
sense.
opinions.
Where they don't get spoiled for a movie. I guess we didn't really spoil Gods of Egypt.
We've asked them to watch movies before, but our microphones didn't work.
Oh,
That's right.
Probably no.
Hopefully
Why
you-
would you watch this and listen to this?
Yeah,
And hopefully you can hear. Everyone can hear us this
I
time.
guess we're about to find out if this worked.
we'll
So,
see.
If not,
See you on the flip side.
we're not doing this anymore. Just kidding.
No, we're gonna start doing my band, right?
Welcome to the end games.